Okay. All right. So we are back in Unity shooting stuff. So let me just make sure this still works. We found some cheap weapons. We found a nice pre-built city. So far, I just have rigid bodies on all the cars. So the cars are the only thing that can blow up, which is fun. So I can go shoot a tiny little trash can and nothing happens. But if I shoot at a car, oh, apparently I put some music in. That's all working. And then we got bullet holes. You know what? I like it though. Yeah, yeah. So that it just literally, that's what I was saying the other day. Is literally, it's just the collider. Like it's putting a tag, it's putting that bullet hole on the collider, so it's more fun. The nuke might be overkill. We might pull that down. So we are playing with audio some more this week. So I did put on the basic player an audio source. I've got the volume down to like 0.4, but it still seems kind of loud. Probably what I should do is finish the gun up before I get into grenades, even though I'm excited about grenades. So we need cool stuff. We just need sounds. And so, I'm trying to think. The easiest way to do this would be to put an audio clip or an audio source on the muzzle particle, right? Because that's already set up. It fires, like it goes off when we pull the trigger. So I could find that prefab. Did I make a prefab of it? Or did I just use theirs out of the box? I'll bet I just used theirs out of the box. Okay, now I'm going to try this. Can I just take that muzzle blast? No? Okay. I'll drag it up here. We'll just throw it in the world. And then I'm going to make my own copy of it so I don't mess theirs up. So bring that down to prefabs. I should name this something better. Okay, it's not very good. My muzzle blast. So I'll make a prefab out of that. And now I've got my own thing I can mess with. Now let me just be sure I'm doing the right thing. I'm going to put this muzzle blast. I'm going to delete it from there. I'm going to put it back on my prop rifle. So we're using that one that I'm playing with. Now let me open that prefab. You can see it's got a lot of cool stuff in it. So it's got a glow. It's got an actual light and some sparks. So I'm just going to add to this guy audio source. And I need to find some cool audio. I downloaded a bunch of stuff. I've got guns and explosions and whatever. I'm just going to find one. Huh. What's the type? Semi-automatic. Let's see. Down there. It's down there. I was wondering where the play button had gotten hit. So. Nope, not enough. much. Yeah, I like it. So I'm going to add this to my particle system. So drag that guy into that resource, play on awake, and don't loop. We're just going to play it once, and it plays itself. Like, we don't have to write any code for it. Since the audio is on the muzzle blast, every time the muzzle blast appears, we hear boom booms. We can do the same thing with our explosion particles, but I thought the nuke was maybe overkill. So let me find something else. That was nice. Whatever this one is. Explosive smoke big alt, whatever that means. Do the same thing. I'll just drag the prefab in here and then back out after I rename it. It's not stealing, but it is making it mine. Same thing with that. So I'm just going to go ahead and add an audio source and then go find some cool audio. Yeah, that's the one. Big Explosion 3. Literally the third one. Okay. Now I just need to make that my explosion in this prefab. So I'm going to save all that. Just making sure it's all there. There we go. Okay. So gun explosion, I don't need it here. I'll just use the prefab down here. That was something to note from some of the questions I've had and the grading. When we want to instantiate, we want to bring in something brand new, right? And we're using code that says instantiate, pull a prefab from here. But if you're just trying to hide and unhide something in your scene, then give it a prefab from your hierarchy. Prefabs, gun explosion. All right. It's a lot to set up. Go. That's going to be boom boom particles. And we could even put some sound on the bullet hole particles. But we'll just test this and make sure it works. I don't know why people in the hallway are having fun. They're not in this class. It's just a typical lunch break for me. Pull the volume down on that and see if we get better audio. Actually, I'm going to change that. So here we go. So my audio source on my player. I'm going to put this one in. This is my favorite for chaos. I did have to search a while to find the instrumental version of that song because there's wordy dirds that we're not allowed to say. I know. All right. So that works. That's all fun. Getting on to the next thing, we need to make grenades. And so I posted in the Discord this. You can use a grenade, you can use whatever. I thought it would be fun to maybe use some dynamite or one of these little bombs, or a croissant or a bunny rabbit that explodes, or whatever you want to do. So I'm gonna pull this one in. This is free. We like free. When I really need a DeLorean, I might pay a couple dollars, but otherwise, free's where it's at. And this is already URP, so we shouldn't have to deal with any fuchsia materials. Yeah, I don't want to make promises or anything. So what happened to Maya?
She showed up. She was like, I'm gonna go do X, Y, Z. I don't know what she said, but she just left. So yeah, probably the.
So I like how you wouldn't commit to that. You're like, I'm going to throw her under the bus, or well, I'll just put her out in the street and we'll see if a bus comes. It's like, I didn't hear what she said, but maybe it was this.
I legally have not heard what she said.
Okay, legally, for the purposes of being indicted in court cases, you didn't hear anything. Got it. Fair, right? Okay, so I'm going to just hide this rifle in my player here. And so we're back to this guy. Yeah. Yeah, these things happen. What was that thing called? Particles, prefabs. What was the name of the company? Oh, stylized explosive. That makes sense. Sure. All right. Load these up. Let me see what we got. So I can throw an explosive barrel. We've got 3 different versions of bombs. I can just toss a claymore, dynamite. This one's got a timer on it. That kind of fits what we're doing. We're just an old-fashioned stick grenade there. What are we feeling? You're right. The bomb it is. Okay.
Bomb 3.
Bomb 3. We're going all the way. Here, and just move this guy down. He's going to kind of be in our hand. We're just walking around this city with a bomb in our hand. No big deal. Yeah, pretty typical. Do we hold it straight up? Let's see that wick. There we go. That's crazy. It's huge. Okay, push it out a little bit more. All right, I've got a grenade in my hand. And I'm going to save that to my prefab. Okay, so I've got scripts that I cobbled together. Here they be. So we've got 2 different scripts. I've got one for the grenade in our hand, or bomb, or explosive croissant, or whatever. And then I've got one on the grenade that we're going to toss. So kind of like the pickups where we were faking it. I ran over and I grabbed the machine gun pickup, and then I unhid the machine gun in my hand. We're going to do the same thing with this grenade. So I'm just going to copy this guy.
The grenade was in my hand the whole time.
You fell for it too. All right, and that's called grenade player or player grenade or something. All right, so I'm on this bomb. I will make a new script. Grenade player or bomb player or whatever. The one we're holding. I'll have to move that script later because now it's just in my assets folder. Paste in all this. So I've got a different grenade to throw as a game object. I've got the toss origin, which I'm just going to end up using where I'm at, like the bomb in my hand. I'll have a grenade sound for like when you're launching the grenade. So like, I don't know, pulling the pin or starting the fuse or whatever. And then I'm getting a hold of the mesh renderer as well. I've got a fire rate, so every 3 whatever seconds in Unity, I'll be able to toss it. I've got a toss force of 300 that we can adjust later. And then I've got a private float the next time I can fire. So I'm using this fire rate here so that I can lob a grenade, and I'm going to have to make them wait a full 3 seconds instead of just spamming. And I don't know.
That's ridiculous.
I know. No, we're crippling this player by not letting him spawn infinite grenades at the tap of each button.
And why would you play the game at this point?
Yeah, it's a Dark Souls grenades game. We'll limit the number of grenades and everything later. All right. So on update, if they're holding the fire button, fire 1, so control or mouse click. And the time is greater than the next time we're allowed to fire. Then and next fire it starts at 0. So the first time next fire will be, the time will obviously be better than next fire. Then we're going to update that. So the next time we're allowed to fire will now be whatever time this is plus our fire rate. So this timestamp, add 3 seconds. That's the next time they're allowed to fire. That's all I'm doing, an update, and then I'm calling this other function toss boom. Call it whatever you want. The first thing I'm going to do is we could add animations and like, light the fuse or like pull the pin and throw it and do all this other stuff. For now, I'm just going to be cheap, and I'm going to hide the grenade in my hand just by disabling the renderer, because I don't want to like disable it and like not have the script to turn itself back on and everything else. I'm just hiding it, making it invisible. I'm instantiating a new grenade. So the temporary grenade. So my grenade to throw, I'm going to use the toss origin position and toss origin rotation, and I'll set that up in Unity. I'll get the rigid body from that grenade. Kind of what we did with the bullets when we were shooting physical bullets. So I'm going to add force at the origin forward times the toss force. We'll play whatever that sound is. Click, spark. Maybe you're just throwing a croissant, right? Or whatever. I don't know why I'm stuck on that today. Maybe you're throwing a coffee cup, and so the only sound you really need is just someone going, ugh, a grunt, whatever. Some kind of sound that says we toss something. The grenade itself that we're tossing, this guy right here, he's going to handle explosions and doing whatever he needs to do. So we're just going to toss him and forget it. And then I'm going to start coroutine, unhide after time. And that's our fire rate. So after 3 seconds, we had it set as our default. So we're going to wait for that 3 seconds, and then we're just going to re-enable the mesh renderer on the grenade in our hand. Like a new one just magically appeared. So we got that script. It's all good. We like it. And it's got a mesh collider on it. I don't know that I need a mesh collider on the grenade in my hand. We'll see what happens with that. So now I need another bomb. And so that was what, bomb 3? And it's got its own origin. So I'm going to come in here to basic player, and I'm going to copy this entire transform. Just copy the component, and I'm going to give, it'd basically be a copy of itself. So I'm going to add an empty here. I could use this, but I want to do some tweaking to it. So I'm just going to create an empty child of that. Call it toss point or whatever. Actually, since it's a child of it, then being at 0 works. So it'll spawn exactly at this spot, but I'm going to change its rotation ever so slightly. So we're tossing forward. Oh, I turned it so I could see the thing, but now forward is that way. I hate that. Yeah, I could give it another parent empty. Yeah, let's try it. Call it our bomb bag. Now, how do I want to do this? Because I still want to go forward from that. Oh, the heck with it. Let's turn that around. Forward's still kind of that way. That's fine. And what I want to do, since we're launching it forward, I'm going to take this empty thing and not local but global. Pull that back by 45 degrees so that we're basically lobbing it softball style. So let's call that negative 45 exactly. Good, and its local is now, so again, we're tossing along that axis. We'll try it. All right, so now I've got a toss point. I've got an empty I don't even need, but that's fine. We'll leave it. This is the thing we're disappearing. We need to re-add the script. Interesting. So we'll give it the toss origin that's been twisted ever so slightly. We'll just give it its own mesh renderer. We'll leave those alone. I need another grenade to throw, and we'll need to find the grenade sound. So I'm going to go back here, make another prefab. And that guy was in stylized explosives, prefabs, bomb 3. Let's drag him out here. Thrown bomb. Original prefab. Yay. All right. So this guy needs a script. Lead him from here. I'm going to re-add him to basic player. So thrown bomb is the bomb that is thrown. Yeah, and you missed it. And the worst part of all of that is how I'm not surprised.
Wait, did you get a haircut because of it?
No,
Actually?
I didn't get a haircut. I gave myself a haircut.
Yeah. I wish they didn't cut me.
All right, so there's my thrown bomb. So there's the grenade to throw. So that's all well and good. We still need to add sounds. Why has it got 2 scripts on it now? I don't know.
So early.
Does that even work? Like you used on the daylight savings thing? I don't know if you even moved the right direction. Yeah. Okay, so this thing we're throwing, this guy down here, he needs a script. And call it thrown grenade or thrown bomb, whatever. Dude, I just watched your visual novel. You can't talk to me about dumb names.
That was. I don't know what you're talking
You're done.
about.
You're done. Killing me. Okay. All right, I'll grab this guy. So we got another script. Very fun stuff. There's some new stuff in here that's really cool that I like because there's something wrong with it. All right, so we got a thrown grenade. It's gonna have a fuse timer, so 2 seconds before it goes boom boom. But that's public, so we can change that. We'll have a countdown, a blast radius and blast force, and then of course explosion particles. Got to do that. A timer for our effects. So the grenade is going to go bye-bye really quickly as soon as it explodes, and we don't want it to take the explosion particles with it. So we're telling the explosion particles how long it can live before it deletes itself. We'll have a blast sound, and then apparently when I was cobbling this together, I had a problem with it exploding multiple times. So I put a Boolean in here to check so it only blows up once. So on start, right, we just instantiated this grenade in our hand. The countdown is going to be equal to the fuse timer. And then on update, we're ticking that down. So countdown minus equals whatever delta time since our last frame call. And then as soon as countdown is less than 0 and it hasn't exploded yet, then explode. So we will instantiate explosion particles and then set them to destroy themselves after the time that we told it to. Make sense? We'll play audio source. So there's the explosion sound at the position that we're at, wherever this grenade ended up at. After we threw it, that's where we want the sound to come from. So it makes sense in 3D. And now this is the fun part. This is the new crazy stuff. Love this. So I'm going to get an array of colliders by calling to physics overlap sphere my position out the blast radius. So wherever the thing is at, when I say explode, we're going to look in a spherical. Where's our radius? 3. So we're at 3 meters. So 3 meters out, everything within a 3 meter radius of where this thing's at, we're going to grab all of those colliders. Really fun stuff. So overlap sphere, we grab all the colliders, and then for each collider in that array that we're calling impacted, we're going to get the rigid body off of that collider. If the rigid body exists, then we're going to add explosion force. So blast force times blast force at the position and the blast radius. So it's all going to go boom boom. And then we'll quickly set that to it's already exploded, so we wouldn't blow it up 2 or 3 times, and then the grenade destroys itself. But yeah, that overlap sphere, that's just cool stuff. Just saying, give me all these colliders and rigid bodies. Haha. Why did they give us this much power? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, good. Maya's here. Go ahead and call that tardy, though. Really, really tardy. Hmm? For what? Hope your lawyers have money. Okay, so this guy, you know what? I do want to, since this is literally a bomb with a fuse, I'm going to try and find some sparky, fiery stuff when I throw it. So if on the thrown bomb, we're going to add a little bit of fire here. Taco part. Oh, yeah, we'll just have it shoot fire taco particles. No. This was it. JMO assets, war effects. Want to open up bullets, explosions, fire, smoke. Will there be sparks in the smoke? No. Okay. Well, now we need to do a flamethrower. Okay. Well, that's what those are. That kind of works. Maybe. No, it's still smoky. Okay. We could make some sparks for it. But for now, just for funsies, we'll throw the smallest smoke we can put on it, the smallest fire. Gas fire? I don't know.
Gas.
And it's purple. Purple fire on our bomb? Yeah, that makes sense. We're in. Yeah. We'll do it for school spirit. That's what we're going to do. Right. So this guy, there's our prefab. And this was the thing. That's ridiculous. That's so ridiculous. I think I like it. We'll try to put this on the wick. Can I scale it? Let's do that. No, wrong way. Oh, there's sparks in there. Yeah, that's fun. I'm just going to rotate it a little bit. And it should just play once on awake. Yeah, we like it. Okay, let's see what happens. I guess I still need the explosion. All right, basic player. My bomb. I've got the thrown bomb. I just need, I need the sound on this and then the explosion on that. We'll do that later. I want to see this work. it didn't throw. Oh, I didn't put a rigid body on it. My bad. Convex that thing. He needs a rigid body. Now he can be thrown. And we'll just give him an explosion while we're in here. At random. We don't even care. What'd you say to me?
I said bombs are not good. We should all blame them.
What? What did you do to Maya?
Whoa! What in the world was that?
That's what I call a fire hydrant.
What happened? Something broke because I didn't get my.
Article is just like on the move.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening there. Yeah, there's an error somewhere, and the timer for my. I didn't have a blast sound, so since I didn't add the audio, everything just stopped in its tracks. Fine. So we got grenade sounds here. Let's check them out. Yeah, that sounded worse than that. Oh yeah, that's the one. All right, so the bomb. That big hairy guy. So the prefab for the thrown grenade wants sound. So we use that, and I'll bet I still need a sound for the other one because it's going to break too. What's this guy do? Is this the? Ooh, that's fun. Throws, perfect. Just a little toss. Yeah, throw one it is. Okay, so we come back to this guy. So much work. Who knew that blowing stuff up would be such work? All right, so now we got our throw sound and we got our explosion sound, and the script shouldn't stop us dead in our tracks. And also, that explosion was way too big for this grenade, but okay. Yo! Get an Uber next time. Okay. Now we'll do this. Yeah! You can get launched. Oh, it's over. Launched myself off the level. Okay. Explosions. I think that's good. So yeah, throw something, make it explode, have fun. Didn't like something. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I'm just gonna take the collider off of my in-hand bomb. I think the last thing we need to look at is our 9-slice stuff. So we did that stuff. We did the scripts. We did these scripts for the grenades. There's a lot of free grenades and croissants out there, whatever you want to throw. croissant. I really thought about going with some of these until I found the bombs, like classic, pineapple-looking grenades. You can throw donuts, macarons.
I love that we're like the only major that can get away with this kind of stuff.
With what?
Croissants.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, no, it's a very controversial thing to be throwing croissants, but we get away with it. You need to create your own particle system for something, right? I had tacos coming off the taco. If you did something that hidden, I'm not going to go around your level shooting everything, waiting to find it. So if your personal particle system is only like you have to hit the pizza on the sign, leave me a note in the comments. Tell me what I'm looking for. Yeah. So the next thing is 9 slices. So these are great for backgrounds of menus or backgrounds of dialogue boxes, like some of the nonsense we saw this morning. So I'm just going to grab this guy right here. So I'm going to save image as. Just save it there. What? All right, so I've got a textures folder hidden in my models folder. But we're going to call this a sprite. This is literally a sprite. I'm going to make a new folder. All right, so I need to add some kind of UI here, and we'll do it with an image. We'll do a panel. Yeah, we'll make a panel. That'll be fun. I don't know if I even spelled dialogue right, but we've got this overlay, and if I give it this image. All right, so let me set this guy up. So right now it's a default. So this came in by Automagic as a texture. We're not using it as that, so I need to change the texture type to sprite. We'll leave the pixels alone. We'll leave it on multiple, and then I'm going to also hit this point no filter so it doesn't over blur our stuff like we do with other sprites, and apply. Look, it already looks better. And since I've got it set to multiple, I've got to install the 2D sprite package. Fantastic. That's what it said. It said I had to. Who was it? Oh, it was Connor I tried to beat to death with this exact water bottle this morning. Yeah. All right. So now I can slice this guy. That's not what I'm looking for. It kind of looks like it. Well, where's my little slicey guys? Okay, so as a single, I can still edit the sprite. Maybe that's what I'm looking for. Yes, apply all that. There we go. All right, so I'm going to leave this as is, and we'll see what not to do. So cool, we like that. Let's just pretend. And I'll make this our dialog panel's background image, and we'll even just up the alpha on that. Hello. All right, so we got this guy here. It's in our scene. Here we go. You can use this for whatever. Dialogue, you can use this for background of your Jack in the Box.
No, racist fries.
Oh my gosh, we're done.
Isn't that racist Jack in the Box?
All right. Just wow. I don't even know. I don't even know. All right, I'm gonna Shift Alt. I'm gonna put this in the corner, and I'm going to just drag this up to the corner so you can see like it looks bad, right? It's just stretching and scaling as we're trying to make this cool dialogue panel that says something ridiculous about Xander's movie. I don't know. Yeah. So that's that. Let's go fix this guy. So if I go to my slice panel here, it's on single and I open the sprite editor. This is the 9 slice. So I'm going to come in here and preserve that corner. Looks like that far. We're eventually going to end up with a total of, who would have guessed, 9. Looks like a large tic-tac-toe board. And then hit apply. And why didn't you, what the what? Yeah. No, it's supposed to be single. There we go. I just needed to re-drag it in there and apply it. So then we get to preserve all of our corners, and it stretches the stuff in the middle and doesn't look super wonky. So that's a 9 slice. You know, you can add dialogue to that, add text, whatever. So UI, we'll text mesh pro this guy. Yeah, sure. Yep. There we go. I think we're ready to go.
Ship it on Steam.
Ship it.
Yes. They get like 25.
Ship it with.
Have you ever wanted to throw bombs at cars? Then this is the game for you.
I do that in real life all the time.
Awesome.
That's why I don't park on campus anymore.
Yeah, because I threw a bomb at your car.
Yeah. Remember the time you lit his house on fire and cut down his
Yeah.
Yeah,
I never did get those. I never did get those bulbs replaced.
His light house was on fire while I was.
So you can have the whoa. Yeah. Maybe I need to.
How did that script?
That one just rocketed me. Here we go. I'm trying to get on it. Ah!
Land on the building.
I'm trying. Nope. It's yeah. The car's like flying off. All right, I think that's it. This can be like the background of your pause menu. It can be a background of, you know, how many cars you blew up, how many grenades you threw, or just, you know, sign your name on it. I just need to see a 9 slice working in your scene, and then we need pause to work. So we've got a big full level with lots of stuff. Put rigid bodies on things that we want to smack around, like cars. I only did cars. Make sure all the other small stuff has rigid bodies on it too. Yeah. Yes. If you have human models, put rigid bodies on them. So lots of things with colliders, but not rigid bodies. So those get our bullet holes, and we'll need some sounds for that too. Lots of things that we can blast around, first or third person for this, whatever you want to do. Has or can pick up at least one projectile weapon. including 2-liter soda bottles under lots of pressure. Throw in the dry ice. Anyone ever done that? Put dry ice in a 2-liter soda bottle? Yeah. So we need a raycast gun like we made with a muzzle blast, big explosions when we hit stuff with the bullet, right? And then push things away, bullet holes when we hit stuff with no rigid bodies. I need a background audio music on loop. I just put it on the player before I put a canvas in. Sound effects for projectile firing. We just added it to the muzzle flash and it's there. Again, sound effects for explosions. The sound effect is on the explosion. It works. We will need to add, I didn't do that yet, a sound effect for a bullet hole hit something that doesn't explode, right? When we make the bullet holes. And then somehow there can be a gun in one hand, a grenade in the other, or you can set up the weapon swapping that we did weeks ago. So we do also need a grenade, an explosion. We want to use that physics overlap sphere because that's just cool as heck. Another particle system, sound effects for the throw, sound effects for the explosion, and then some new particle system that you made with emojis or tacos or whatever. And then there is a very definite list of things you need to do. So your new particle system, I need you to adjust the emission somehow, change it from its regular thing, change the shape, add trails, and some other property.
Can this all be on one particle system?
Yeah. And then I'm expecting it all to be, right? So this whole bit right here, 25 points worth of this week is that new particle system that's all yours.
Okay.
Make a bunch of cool things happen. Something with the 9-slice image, something that freezes time, and then if you want to, that's it. That's the requirements. That's 150 points for the week. But if you want to go crazy and add in all of the other gameplay stuff that we've done in the past,
So it's like a hit list.
yeah, it's a hit list, exactly. Lightings, animations, audio, more audio. Use the line renderer. Make lasers so we can see where the things are firing. It's nothing you can do with raycast. Throw in some NPCs that come at you. Bring in some of your enemies from previous levels. Have fun.
That comes free. Just one car.
Just one car that chases you around?
It looks
That
like
would be
all the others, too.
fantastic. Yes. Which one?
Yeah,
That makes sense.
Yeah,
That makes
actually,
sen's. I'll play that. Yeah, for sure.
Like on one of my projects, I added like a weeping angel script. So just add that to one car.
That sucked.
Was it fun?
It was fun. I think I actually did jump a couple times just rating that. So good job. Nailed it.
He screams in your face.
Ah! All right. Oh, that's the one. Yeah, I'm going to do that last thing. Oh, and I didn't put it in the rubric, but again, if you have your muzzle blasts or your bullet holes or other effects from the game textures class, what might be a fun way to do it is just to use these prefabs and just swap in our sprites for theirs, because that's
Go to Photoshop and make something.
yeah, just make
It
something
might be really bad.
Yeah.
Mine's gonna be really bad, but
then use something else. So
dribble.
listen, go to Microsoft Paint, right?
Go to
Draw a
the
circle
So
with some explosions,
Yeah.
and maybe even right boom.
yeah.
Make that your bullet hole particle. Make it look stupid. I don't care.
No,
As long as it's yours. A sprite it. Yeah, why are we talking about anything else?
You should actually
Use Ace Bright.
a wall with an actual gun and take a picture of it.
Oh yeah, that's
True.
good. Use on Fusion Boots.
But it'll be able to-
Wow, we're still recording, Maya. Just just so as you know. We're gonna have to scrub this. Yeah, it didn't happen. Nothing happened.
Switch out of this class. Yeah,
Just for safety, yeah. So I'm thinking
Well, you're recording saying that too.
Yeah. He premeditated his escape plan. Now, and they're on the same button. So now every time I hit fire, I'm going to fire the gun and throw a bomb. So super fun. And what's a blast? There it is. So this impact, that's what I want to add a sound to. So audio source. Oh, that was another thing on the extra credit. There are full audio, well, not full. There's a suite of audio things in here that you can do. So you can get an audio mixer, and you can actually like have it like have sounds affect each other, have them duck, have them like localized. So like I can be blasting my Beastie Boys soundtrack, but lower the volume on that when I start playing sounds from my gun or explosions, or when a character comes up and starts talking to me and says, you know, hey, let's go on a date. I'm a sentry turret or whatever. We can lower the music so we can hear that amazing dialogue, and then back up. So there's all kinds of other stuff that we haven't even played with audio, but I think I do have that on the list for lots more audio.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so there's have the music duck the sound effects of the explosions, and so here's a module on the audio mixer, and then there's the manual. Lots of fun stuff. All right, what was I doing? I was going to add just some impact noises before we go. Explosions, gun, impacts, perfect. Car crashes. We should have been using those all the time. Got a bunch of metal in here. I don't know if it's metal debris. Rock debris. I need just like a. This one might be fun. Yeah, we're in. The fourth glass is what we're adding to this guy. So. Why are you so violent? I've been saying, come on.
That's honestly
Yeah.
some of the best marketing for Lego right there.
Yeah.
Mega blocks, murder, pipeline.
So it's if it's off-brand Lego, then they're still in trouble.
Just a psychopath.
Wait, then what am I?
You said you didn't get Lego experience,
We're gonna hear any of this. We're gonna have so many things happening at once.
That's fun.
I should definitely set that to exclude the player. I should stop blowing myself up. But you know what? Jumping up on a car that I've just thrown a grenade under is.
The wind bomb strap.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah. That's good stuff. All right. That's our fun for the week. Did I just hit play again?